shoot the ball, right? Like, so this year, somebody's going to they're going to swing you an opportunity. Shoot the ball. Like, if you miss it, it's not, we're talking about basketball, right? We're talking about life. Like, if you miss, if you airball, if you brick it, you're never going to get it if you don't shoot the ball. Like, if I catch the ball and hold it, opportunity's gone.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, when something pops up, man, jump on it. And, like, the only way that you can, like, actually achieve these ambitions and, like, goals you have set out is by showing up and doing it, right? Like, nobody's just going to walk up and be like, hey, Matt, here's this awesome podcast studio for you, man. Like, have fun, man. Hope it works out for you. Like, no, dude, you took the time, like, you invested all your money, and, like, now look at you, dude. Like, this thing's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. What is going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of the What's Your Hustle podcast. Today, we have Chris Grady, the owner of Valley Barbell.
Yes, sir.
I've heard about your gym. I've heard your gym name for a while. I don't go up that way too far, but give us a quick little 30-second elevator pitch of where you are, what you guys offer, you know, just kind of the fun stuff.
So the gym itself, man, it's like a 24-hour access gym. So how it works is we don't do like barcodes, right? Everything runs off your cell phone. So the door stays locked 24/7. They get an app, touch a button, door unlocks. We're in. Yeah?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice, man. Then in terms of the facility, we got pretty much anything that covers bases from like hybrid training, and like this High Rocks thing's kind of making a wave right now. It's like this big competition similar to a CrossFit. I know people aren't going to like me saying that, but kind of. Best way to explain it if you don't know what's going on.
We love all the tea. No,
so it's like we cover the bodybuilding, powerlifting. There's turf for functional stuff, sleds, slam balls, saunas, any cardio equipment. We kind of try to cover it all. And then like in terms of the equipment itself, right? Like I'm really big on like these antique pieces. So we have everything from, like, I have a couple pieces from the 60s and 70s, and then gauging all the way to this real new stuff that you have to order and wait 24 weeks for it to come in, and try to keep a wide variety of, like, very flexible pieces of equipment, right, that'll fit all shapes, sizes, builds, lengths, like, very adjustable.
I can see why that's important.
Yeah.
You probably have to flip through a very large manual of trying to figure it out, or probably some companies probably have to send somebody to bring them in and explain it of how to use it.
Yeah, like, so luckily, dude, like, we do offer at the gym, like, when people sign up, say they're beginners or haven't been to the gym in years, whatever the case may be, not all that comfortable, when they sign up, we offer like a free orientation, which is basically a free personal training session. But in that hour of time, we try to basically get them through the most frequently used machines, and then how to adjust them for them. So like show them, have them do it, adjust it for them, move to the next one. So instead of doing like an actual personal training session, right, where we're like trying to push you, it's just an hour of like you learning and actually doing things to where you feel comfortable.
Which I feel like is probably the biggest hurdle people go through when getting into a gym. You know, because like one, it's getting in the door.
Yeah.
I guarantee that's like the biggest, like, all right, I'm actually going to go.
Yeah.
People probably say, I'm going to go to the gym. Guilty.
Yeah.
I'm going to start working out. I'm going to get back to working out. But getting in the door and getting active is probably the hardest. But then you're looking at this machine, you're like, do I sit on? Do I stand?
Yeah. No, actually, man, some of them, like, there's a couple machines that I had never previously used, like the certain brand or like the actual machine. And I have this one, it's called a True Squat. And it's dude, it looks like a rocket ship. It's pretty strange. Yeah. Like pretty much everyone needs to like get help the first time they use that, just in terms of how to adjust the height and how to stand in it properly without having their feet too far. Because if they do stand with their feet too far, like, will not feel all that comfortable, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just I've also had people that I've seen pull in the parking lot, like literally in front of the door, sit there, and like if I don't run out and grab them, like pull in, leave, and come back the next day, right?
That's tough.
The biggest part, I think, is just trying to get, once they come in, it's the comfortability, right? That's what you're establishing.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you get in there, everybody seems to hop on the train and stay with it. So we do have that going, the comfortability and the community aspect of it.
I think that's very, we were just talking, Artie and I were just talking about community, authenticity. It's funny enough, we used the gym as the example, but just it sounds like you got to just have that community around everybody. Because, you know, you got to see it as, you know, one, you don't want to go into a place where you feel not welcome, right? Especially if you're, you know, if you've been lifting for years, you know, I feel like you probably get that if you go to like Planet Fitness or one of those more of like a chain gym where they're like, hey, you know, anybody can come in. So if you're like a, you know, if you're cut, you can move some weight and you go in there, you probably feel like people are looking at you and judging you, like either A, why are you working out here? Or B, like, oh, you know, you're too big to work out here. You know, you probably get it that way. But then also, you know, I remember walking into Gold's Gym when I was in like high school, and like these dudes were big, massive,
looking at you like,
and I was just like, hey, like, how's it going? Like, I'm here. And it's like, you get like, it's two sides of the spectrum of like, you know, you could, depending on what gym you walk in. So it sounds like, you know, just, and from what I've seen, it sounds like you guys have a very
we have
wide,
an extremely diverse group of people.
That's like, wonderful. Yeah.
We have people that have competed in bodybuilding shows, powerlifting competitions, and then we have just your regular older folk, right? Or regular person that's just trying to get back into their fitness journey. And knock on wood, the best thing I have going for me is the group of people we have, right? Like the gym, for example, say I'm not there most of the day, right? I'm over here shooting a podcast with you. Yeah. I know that like that gym is going to be okay. And the people there, if like something was to go wrong or if there was a problem, like they're going to reach out to me and tell me. And then I have people in there that'll like speak up if it's something like misusing a machine incorrectly or maybe throwing stuff around how you maybe shouldn't be. Like people talk to each other. And then just in terms of like overall, there's always going to be somebody there that's going to help, right? If they see somebody incorrectly using a machine.
You're talking more from like fellow gym
just
members.
Gym people, man.
Not even the
not
workers
employees.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, like
that's really cool.
Genuinely, like people typically like say their first couple times in there, and then I'll catch them. Maybe I catch them their fifth or sixth time in. They're like, "Hey, like there's a guy, man. I didn't even think he'd really be wanting to talk to me, but he was the first person to come over and show me how to use X, Y, and Z. Just wanted to let you know, like, could you tell him I said thanks? I haven't seen him since."
Yeah.
So like that part of it is awesome, right? And like that's what you want to establish, and then just the general aspect of like knowing everybody's name, something about everybody, to where we can communicate on things outside of the gym, right? I see a lady, and I know she has two small kids. They just had a soccer game that weekend. Like, she knows when she comes in the gym, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, how did Johnny do at soccer this weekend?" And
he better have scored a goal. He's got to get in here and start working out.
Yeah, no sales pitch.
The long play, right? No, I'm just kidding. No, that's awesome, and I think it's important because one, you want to feel like you're a part of a community. I think that's what motivates people the most, because then it's, now I'm not working out just for myself. Like, I'm part of this community. I want to be involved. I want to be in the know.
I know if I haven't seen you.
Yeah.
I will let you know if I haven't seen you. You know what I mean? What's been going on?
Yeah. No, it's good. And, you know, life happens.
Yeah.
But it's nice to kind of have that accountability coach.
For
right?
sure.
And I think that's important, especially in a gym aspect. You know, we do the same thing with like content and trying to push businesses to like, hey, don't forget, whenever you got something crazy going on, pull out you have a camera with you 24/7. Pull out your phone. Yeah. Just document it. Now, when you want the nice fancy stuff, come to us. We'll help you out. Yeah. But like, at least document something, right? Man. If you're you got an event going on, put it out there. Let people see it.
Yeah. One thing about it is like, since I've started trying to do some social media stuff, like people do want to see what you're doing, right? And like putting it out there and like even being like vulnerable, right? With the like your approach of posts and like genuinely putting yourself out there is like, hey, this is what really is going on.
Yeah.
Like that's when they can connect with you. Yeah. And that's a lot deeper than just like supporting me because I own a gym. Like you're supporting me because you know me and you know I genuinely care about you coming to the gym, right? Like it's really cliche to say, like, but a lot of gyms, right? They're a numbers game. So it's like, man, we hope you sign up. Thanks for coming. Have a great workout. And then if you don't come back there, they quite frankly don't give a right?
Yeah.
Where like, I'll message you and be like, hey, everything cool? Like, I know you said last week you wanted to really start hitting it hard.
Yeah, I hit it hard from the sofa.
Yeah.
You got to come in.
Yeah, like I'm still here waiting on you. You know,
in a loving way.
yeah, not in a good way.
Yeah,
just
and it's good. I think people need that.
yeah. I want you to be here.
Yeah,
You know, I don't want you to quite literally be donating to me.
yeah,
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to provide you something to like better your life all the way around.
And it's an investment you're paying for. You might as well get in.
It's how I approach it, man. Like I genuinely want to see you come here and like achieve the goals you told me that when you walked in the door, what you wanted to do. Like, I want to be the guy that's like, yeah, like you did that here with me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's way more valuable than a membership.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So do you have say I sign up today, right? I'm a part of the community now.
Yep.
Do you have like I don't want to say vetting process, but like hey, all right, let's go through an intro. Let's, kind of walk me through the first steps. I just signed, right? I signed up. Here we go. I got my shorts. I'm ready to go. What's that first step?
So if you were to come and you just signed up, right? Obviously, if you did it online, you'd fill out all your waivers and stuff already.
Yep.
So the first time you come in, for sure, we're going to take the time to like walk you around and show you. Luckily, the gym is laid out like there's a room solely for legs. So like if you're in this room, you can't go wrong if you're trying to do legs. Any machine you get on is going to be legs. The main room of the gym, 2 back rows are all back machines. The rows in front of that, chest and shoulder machines, and then you hit the dumbbells. And then in that room is also like the Smith machine, so like guided without, basically take the stability portion out of a squat bench.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
We're on a guided rail. Very safe. If you don't have a spotter and you want to kind of go a little harder, lock it, you're good. You know what I mean? If
you don't have the fear.
Yeah. And then obviously the turf and then like the squat bench deadlift area. So like more of like the powerlifting area. And then if you wanted to set up the orientation, right, then I would just take your number and have myself or Christy, we'd schedule it around whoever could do it with whatever time would work for you. And then we would go from there.
And that's where they can like ask questions.
That's where you're going to get walked through like an hour of like, all right, what's your goals typically is what we'll ask. And then, okay, so these are probably going to be the time you're going to spend most, right, at these X, Y, and Z machine. And then this is kind of like lay you out a foundation of like, hey, look, generally, if you have no idea what you're doing, this is like the amount of sets and reps you're going to do. Keep it at 5, 6 exercises. Don't go crazy. You don't need to do every machine here every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here's a little cookie cutter like program for you. And then in that orientation process is where like, I'm going to show you how to use this machine. I'm going to show you like if the chair moves up or down or forward or backward. And
also set it to the right.
And I'm going to like, typically what I do if I do an orientation is I'll set it where it's like totally incorrect. Show them how to do it and be like, hey, look, when you go to, if we're doing a press and I want your hands here at this height, like now you show me how to get that chair right and let's see if you can do it. And then boom, you did that one. We'll do some reps, make sure you do them correctly. Go over like how you should breathe. If I'm pushing away, like when I push away from my body, I want to breathe out. So it's like little coaching points throughout this whole thing. Trying not to like overload them where they're like, holy hell, I can't do this by myself, right?
Yeah.
But just a general learning process of like, oh, I can go in there and at least get the machine right, like to where I should be, where I know I'm not going to be at like a injury like spot for myself.
Yeah.
And then kind of roll through like as many machines as possible within that hour. And that's like included with you just signing up. That's no extra fee.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And
So
then,
give you a foundation, like you said, to work off of.
yes.
Make sure you're doing it right.
Yes.
Make sure, because I think, I have a little bit of experience with weightlifting, played sports in college. We were working out once or twice a day when, luckily when you were the
golden days, baby.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say when you were the larger of the players on the team, you got to work out more than everybody else. But that was more by choice.
The no responsibility time.
Yeah. But, you get in there and sometimes you're like, I think I'm doing it right.
Yeah.
I don't know. So like, I can see how like it's intimidating to walk in and be like, I don't know if I should put my feet there, my hand, like, and figure out like, okay, what does it look like? So to have somebody kind of walk you through and then say, hey, look, you're probably gonna be on this one the most, so we're gonna walk you through this one.
Yep.
If you have questions about the other, feel free.
And we also like, hey, have you had any previous injuries? So
okay.
Then that's like, okay, so you tore your labrum, so you probably can't get in like this position to push a bar above your head. This machine, though, is literally guided where you'll be okay, or has multiple grips. Like, this will be the grip most comfortable for you. Start here.
Yeah.
And then once you feel comfortable, if you think you can maybe open up to like the neutral or like wider grip, then you can like, it's all about progression, right? And like really just enforcing like, it's not going to happen overnight, right? Like, so this is just going to be a process. And then if you ever want to switch up what we just talked about, or you're like, oh man, I've been doing X, Y, and Z. Now I want to either get into like some actual training, or like, can you program for me? And then like, that's when we would go down that avenue.
Yeah. So, okay. So there's the ability to be like, hey, I like this so much. I want you to kind of help me out every time I come in.
Yeah. Yeah. So me and my trainer, I have Christy, we both offer like online training. Online is what we call it. But basically what I would write your workout program. So say you're coming to the gym 3 days a week. And I'm like, okay, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Here's the exercises. Here's the reps and the sets. You keep track of the weight you do and then how many reps you got, right? So if I say we're going 6 to 8 reps and you're doing 12, clearly we know we need to probably bump the weight up because you can do more, right? And then that's when you're kind of pushing past like those comfort zones. And then with the online training, that's when we do like weekly check-ins. So say they submit us photos every week on a Thursday morning. Like they have to take their picture, send us the pictures, weight, and then it'll just come with like a general questionnaire of like, how are you sleeping? How's your food? Because then it's a lot more in depth. It's not just about the weightlifting. Like then we're kind of helping you with like the diet part, the nutrition. Hopefully you're sleeping and like recovery, like trying to stress in the part of like that'll help you.
Is that one debatable?
Yeah, right.
Right now I'm not getting a lot of that.
It's tough when you're busy, man. It's tough. And like life is life, right? So like another thing is just trying to like get the message across of like, you can make positive changes like in your life without your life becoming, I got to go to the gym, right? Like if I'm eating good, man, and I just go outside, or if you're at an office and you get a little walk pad or something and you genuinely walk 10 minutes a day, 3 times while you're at your desk or in between your lunch break or whatever the case may be, if you just go walk, man, like it'll change your life. You know what I mean? So it's not getting wrapped up in like, oh my gosh, I got to make it to the gym 6 days this week. It's like, you really don't, you know? If we're taking care of food and we're taking care of just moving a little bit, walking, like you're going to see a drastic difference in your day to day.
Yeah. I think, you know, kind of going back on my workout journey, nutrition journey. So for 4 years, it was, you got to intensity, workout. And then I graduated and stopped playing. I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Then it was, oh my gosh, I gained 20 pounds. What the heck? So then it was, and I had this like extreme where it was like, I'm eating super clean, nothing crazy, absolutely zero wiggle room. And I'm going to the gym once, twice a day. I was going before work and then trying to go right after, like at least run. But like, and I've caught I was like, man, this is
sustainable.
It's unsustainable.
Yeah.
And then it would be, you know, we went on vacation, came back and just completely was like, I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah. And it was like, I kind of had to convince myself like, hey, you don't need to be one extreme or the other. Yeah. Like you can.
Dude, the 80-20 rule is massive. Yeah. Literally, if you just say when it comes to whole foods, like if you can just be 80% of the time whole foods, and then on a Friday, Saturday night, hey, I want to take my wife out and we're going to go eat and I'm about to get some chicken wings. Like that is okay, dude. Yeah, do that, you know? Yeah. It's like literally taking a person and just finding like what's sustainable, because if we can do the right thing 80% of the time, we're going to be trending in like the right direction. Whether, granted, that 100% of the time might get us there a hair faster, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a race.
It's longevity.
It's marathon. Can we do this, right? So let's just stick to the sustainable part and figure out what's working for you, whether that is literally us going and walking or whether that's you going to the gym. And then what I find with like former athletes, right, is we become like obsessed. Right? I'm
very quick.
I'm in this problem right now. I started running in the new year. I've never been a runner, dude, ever. The furthest I ever ran is a 5K. Last weekend I ran a half marathon.
Jeez.
Right? And
sounds terrible.
Recently, no, dude. If you would have told me
that, awful.
Bro, if you would have told me that at Christmas that I was going to run 40 miles a week, I would have been like, dude, you got the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Not me. But here I am, right? And now I'm obsessing with it. But then when you just take like what you just said about jumping into something and you're like, oh yeah, like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. But at the same time, at the same token, like we just had that mindset from when we were playing sports or whatever the case may be, and you just hop in it and run with it. So like what I'm doing right now has shifted like my general lifting, right? Like I'm a big lifting guy. I used to do the powerlifting and lifted 6 days a week. And then now I just had to shift gears and be okay with like getting smaller, right? Or losing some muscle in terms of chasing these goals I'm chasing now, which is cool. But it's like a game you got to play, right? And I'm giving up the extreme of the heavy lifting, but I'm shifting to this more hybrid or like really like a longevity approach of like functional fitness.
Yeah.
And I'm really liking it. So that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because I think, and you can probably dive a little bit deeper, but there's different ways to lift, right?
Yeah.
When the average person hears lifting weights, they picture like, what is it, the cartoons of like the huge weights, the bar, the bar,
Ron
bending,
yeah,
like a peanut. Sorry,
yeah.
Man, that takes me back. Yeah, I don't know if it's memories or trauma, but one of the two.
Yeah.
But I think I was showing my wife that because I mentioned it. Maybe it was, I don't know. Ronnie Cole, the whole light
as a peanut, baby.
Yeah,
just a peanut.
Yeah, and that whole thing, like
lightweight.
Yeah, it's just, oh man, it's taking me back. Because that's all it was, and the idea was, you got to get swole big as and lift and strong as possible in sports and the whole thing.
Yeah.
But there's different ways to work out, right?
Man.
There's ways you can cut down, you can bulk up, you can maintain. And that's just like the very beginning of it.
Yeah, dude. I think like a big thing is establishing so I had mentioned to you earlier that like my name, right, got associated with you got to be a serious lifter to go to there, man. Like you can't just
as far as the Valley
gym
Barbell,
itself, right? Like Valley Barbell, like, oh my gosh, you must have to be a bodybuilder to go there. Like, nah, man, we got a handful of bodybuilders, right? Like security. That are actually lifting, or like doing shows. But then we just have like the general person that can come in there and do 45 minutes, man. And then you see these people lose. I got a guy, man, he lost 100 pounds in like, I think like the last 8 months. Just doing like simple stuff, dude. Just moving, right? And just showing up like day after day and like stacking the consistent wins and doing the right things outside of the gym, right? Which is the eating and walking. And now that guy's whole life's different. You know what I mean? It's
probably healthier, happier,
confident, dude.
More,
like
it works.
Can do a lot more stuff with his kid. Like he wants to coach and wants to be involved with going outside and teaching him to throw it. But before it was like I got home from work,
exhausted,
lay back on the couch and what's for dinner, grab a beer. You know what I mean? And now like whole paradigm changed. Now he gets home full of energy, like firing on all cylinders, right? So
that was the one thing that the strength and conditioning coach at Shenandoah, I can't remember the guy's name.
Dude, did you have
Justin? Not Justin.
Man, I had a Rabel.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Forget his name, dude.
Yeah.
He was cool as heck. I actually bought a weightlifting rack from Shenandoah when I graduated.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But he was explaining. He had me put on like a weighted vest and just do like a simple 10-minute workout.
Yeah.
He's like, "How you feel?" I was like, "Man, this is tough."
Yeah.
And he goes, "All right, take the vest off. Do it again." I said, "All right." And he goes, "Now just think if you took the other weighted vest off." And I was 19 at the time, and I was like, well, I'm not wearing. He's like, just think if you lost 20 pounds, what that would do to how you feel about
performing.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like thinking about that. That was kind of like one of those. I was like, all right, you got me. Yeah. You got me. Now that 20-pound weighted vest probably closer to 30, 40, but
we'll call it that.
We'll keep it. We're estimating.
Yeah.
But it's one of those where that always sits with me. It's like, okay, the things you want to do, your everyday life, if you did it with a little bit less weight on, it's probably going to be not as I think of it as like loading up a car, right? You got a car packed full of cinder blocks. Yep. You're going to burn your gas tank way quicker.
Yeah, you don't want to do that right now.
Yeah. And then take all those, you're probably going to be able to drive a little bit further.
Yeah,
so it's like that energy, right?
So like exactly what you're saying. So literally in August, I came home from vacation and I'm looking at these photos that people were taking of us on vacation and stuff. And I'm like, hop on a scale, 250, dude. Didn't even really recognize it, right? But at the time, like I'm not tracking my food. I'm just eating whatever, like on the go, grab this, order this, like pick up food for dinner, go home, like having a ball.
Living life.
Just busy.
Yeah.
Just got stuff going on.
Yeah.
Dude. So since then, right now, sitting at like 200. So 50 pounds from like August to now. And like just the general movement. Like, dude, if I would have tried to go play basketball in October at the gym, if I would have tried to plant my leg, I feel like my leg would have just kept going. Yeah. You know what I mean? And now I'm like probably running the fastest I ever have and like can just move in terms of like flexibility and like the lengths of which I can run. And my day-to-day is all just a lot lighter now, right?
Yeah.
And it's pretty wild. Like, I don't know. I try to stress, like, if you can just take care of yourself, man, treat yourself like a machine, you're going to be operating at like a much higher level just in terms of literal life, man. Like, you're going to perform better at job. You're going to perform better with your kids. You're going to be a better husband. You're going to be a better dad. Like,
you're just going to feel better.
Everything you're doing in life, if you're like taking care of yourself, you're going to be better at.
Yeah.
It's a very simple but like complicated thing, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get tied up in like, I got to spend an hour tonight meal prepping, right?
Or I'm going to spend an hour meal prepping. That's going to save me so much time the rest of the week.
Bang. How you looking at it?
Yeah.
Like a glass half empty, half full type of deal.
Yep. Yeah. So I'll give you a little bit of kind of look at Matt Wilson and what he's going through. So I told you a little bit about the weight loss company that we work with.
Yep.
That was before we hit record. So if you don't know about that one, you don't know. But so that is kind of going away where I'm like, all right, let's figure out what's going on here. Let's eat better, cut out sodas, did all this. And I think we're going on 2 months now, meal prepping every week for the most part. I think I've hit, 2 months. So it's 8 weeks, 7 of the 8 weeks meal
Nice,
prepped.
dude.
Like my schedule's so crazy. I'm like, all right, I'll meal prep on a Monday night, a Wednesday night.
Yep.
And just whenever that last meal is, the next one starts. And I started looking at my weeks started looking at my nutrition and everything on a weekly basis, not day to day.
Yeah.
Not day to day. Right. So I'm still tracking like, every day of like, okay, what am I eating? Here's my meals. I'm going to be really thoughtful for breakfast and lunch. Dinner, I can be a little bit more flexible.
Yep.
But on an overall scale at the end of the week, right? Sunday to Sunday, what does it look like? What did I intake? What did I drink? All the fun stuff. Not really drinking. I haven't drank alcohol in a while, but that's because I can't keep up with the kids already. And I got a business and all the fun stuff. So it's like, that's what has got to drop. And 2 months started that. I think I'm down 16 pounds.
Dude, that's awesome.
And it's like, and I did not change anything from working out, running.
Yeah. Just the food.
And I was like, and I'm like, all right, because I've always taken the approach of like, all right, let me go from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, twice a week, change, eat super clean, blah, 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 diet, this and that. And I was like, all right, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to take it from a different approach.
Yeah.
This is a marathon, not a sprint. If I don't get to the gym, fine. But the bare minimum, what I can do, what I can control in the moment is what I'm eating.
Yep.
Just doing that, cutting out the soda, same active movement that I'm doing. And it's like, after 2 months, I'm like, it's crazy. And
your productivity, like just probably in this.
Right? Oh, yeah.
And you probably go home with a lot more like clarity and like energy.
Yeah.
Where you're not just like throwing yourself on the couch and like, I don't really want to go play right now. Now
Yeah.
you get home and you're
the soda,
locked in.
Man, the soda was the first couple of days after saying, all right, that's it, no more soda. It was like going through withdrawal. And I was like, that is just, if you're drinking something or digesting something and that's the effect you have when you stop taking it, it's like, holy smokes.
It's not good.
It's not good. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy a Baja Blast, the best of them. But I'm like, all right, I'm switching to water. I still occasionally have my morning.
Dude, have you had a sugar-free Mountain Dew? Bro.
See,
game changer.
My problem is
don't
like,
drink 12 of them a day.
That's exactly it. It's like oh, this is good. I'm gonna just crush it.
Yeah. I drink one like every single day, but I try to cap it like just a little dinner sugar-free Mountain
Yeah.
Dew. Yeah. Then they actually just came out with these it's like sugar-free cream cherry Pepsis or something. Also very good. Yeah.
I'm at the point now, I'm like, all right, I'm not doing anything. I'm staying the course. Once I get to where I want to be number wise, then but I gotta kind of like, I gotta squash the bug.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah.
It's interesting. We'll see, and my other side of it is understanding when I have a bad day.
Yep. There's tomorrow.
Because that was the other thing. It was between going 100% all or nothing. And then the second that I fell off, I was like, might as well chalk it up now. I'm done. I'm over it. All the weight's coming back. This is it. Blah, blah, blah.
String together a bunch of bad days.
So So I'm going to kind of dig a little deeper. So started Valley Barbell. Did you went to school for this kind of?
So my college journey was up and down, right? At first I went to UVA Wise down in the bottom corner of Virginia.
Okay.
Kind of like you can actually go to a spot there and I think like stand in this triangle thing they built and you're in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia all at one time.
Very similar. You can go New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey.
Yeah.
They put like a rock or something. I don't know.
Be at all three.
And you're just like, I'm in three places at once.
Yeah. So I went there my freshman year. And then I moved to Harrisonburg for a year, did the community college there.
Okay.
And then I was like, I'm just going to go get a job, right? I wanted to be a big boy, right? Let me go just get a house and school. You don't need it. So I worked down at Miller & Long construction company for like a year and had like talks about going in these high-rise cranes. And basically the superintendent would like put me up in a crane a day or every other day a week and then be like, next month you're going to this school. But then when the school day would come around, be like, next month. And then just keep putting me up in the crane to where my mind was like, I'm going to go to school, like, eventually. So finally, I was working like a apprentice engineer job is what I was doing. And then I just went to the guy and was like, hey, man, look, school starts back up in January. If I don't go to school for the crane by then, like, I'm just going to go back to college. So I ended up obviously not going back to that, to the crane school. So I went back to college. And then I actually was at one of my little cousin's wrestling tournaments and got recruited by Shenandoah literally at a wrestling tournament. The guy just comes up to me and he's like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing these days? I guess he recognized me. And I'm like, man, actually, I'm about to go back to school, He's like, you want to play football? Like, I'll send your info to our head coach, and then y'all meet up. And if it's a good fit, maybe you'll go there. And I'm like, okay.
Who's the head coach at that time?
Now it's Yoder.
Yeah.
Or no, he was my coach.
Okay, yeah. So, because I remember, because I graduated 2016. You might know my brother.
Who's that?
Scott Wilson, played baseball.
I believe so. His name sounds really familiar.
He just graduated last year. Oh, no, because you graduated
2019.
There might be an overlap there. Maybe. He's getting in. He's going to be a sheriff.
Oh, nice.
So, but anyway, sorry. I was trying to figure out, like, I'm figuring out, like, years, okay, because I pay attention to Shenandoah. I know, like, especially the baseball program. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, like, all right, coach, I'll know the year by the coach who's coaching what sport.
Yeah.
So, I know Yoder's a good one.
So I end up going, and then I loved it, man. Like, shout out Coach Oliver, Coach Brock. Those are my dudes. Yeah. And so I've played 3 years there. And then once I graduated, I got kinesiology and then K-12 health and PE. Okay. So then I graduated, got an internship in Florida, and then worked with a guy, Phil DeRue, down in Florida at American Top Team doing the strength and conditioning stuff. And at that time was awesome, man. Like, I got to work for, like, Dustin Poirier when he was fighting Conor McGregor. Like,
no way.
I was there for that camp.
When he got his leg broke?
Yeah. It was that fight. And then, like, Thiago Silva fought John Jones.
Yep.
And, was winning and then broke both his knees. Ugh. I was there for that fight camp. Kind of got to mess with him, but, like, no English. So that was a little complicated. It was a good learning
curve. A little limited, but
it was cool, man. Like, while I was there, that was when Amanda Nunes won the double belt. So I was there when she carried the
We used to
belts in.
We used to do at my old house. I don't know why we haven't done it yet, but we used to buy pay-per-view fights, and then my brother-in-law would have a projector, so we'd throw up a sheet and just sit there and throw up the pay-per-view, get on in, like, the very, like, early prelims.
Yeah.
drink, smoke cigars, and just have a grand old time all the way up to. We did that for the Poirier McGregor fight when he broke his leg, and I was like, that was big. I liked both fighters, but I kind of like McGregor a little bit more.
Nah, he was the face, man.
Yeah,
it was hard to root against the guy, right?
Since
then times have maybe changed a little bit.
Yeah,
his I think the money.
Yeah, well, yeah,
but that happens. So.
But it was one of those where I remember, like, we were watching it, we were hanging out. This was before kids, and then my wife had to go to work or something, or she got called in. She's a nurse, so she got called in, and like she called. She's like, "Man, I'm gonna miss the fight." And like as she was leaving, he broke his leg, and I was like, "No, you're not gonna miss this fight. Yeah, this one's over." Yeah, because it was like a whole right turn and everything. I was like, "Oh my god!" But that's pretty cool. That's really cool.
Dude, that was awesome. That was like definitely one of the coolest experiences, and like I learned a lot from Phil in like that short time, just like the system he uses. And then luckily, like I mostly train like combat sport kids now. Like I mostly work with like the wrestlers, so like I can literally take like the exact plans that these guys in the UFC are following, and then I just tie it in with these wrestling kids.
Mold it, make it unique.
Like, I make it my own, and like for their ages, right? Like some of them obviously can't even really lift barbells yet. Like they just don't have the strength, or they're too young to where really it's a lot of just general purpose moving versus like real specific barbell type movements. So like we craft it, but the system itself it's flawless, right? And it's pretty cool to be able to tell these kids like, hey man, like you're following the same system that Dustin Poirier does. It's the exact same thing. Like we're doing it. Yeah. And like so that they're all tickled, right? Yeah. And so that part of it's cool. But after that is when I moved back home. I actually drove at UPS 3 years, went into management for 2 years, and then like in that time is when COVID happened. And I'm like throughout the whole time of working at UPS, I'm coaching kids at my house. I had a garage gym and stuff. And then when COVID happened, these gyms are shutting down, and I was like, I should buy a bunch of gym equipment, you know? And I just started storing stuff at my parents' house. And luckily my mom's office at the time had a big garage attached to it. So I had her garage where you couldn't even like step in it. You pretty much open the bay door and it's just gym equipment laying on top of each other. And so I did that for like a couple years, man. And finally went through one day, broke it down by categories like legs, back, chest, squat racks, what I have, and then made a list. And I'm like, shit, I got enough, right? So then from there, it was just finding the spot. I got the spot I wanted, which was actually really convenient at the time because the UPS building, like you come down 3 flight steps of stairs, cross a parking lot, and that's where my gym was. So like,
it was convenient.
Yeah, at the time, man, like I was working nights at UPS. So then I would literally get off work at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, cross the parking lot, go straight into the gym and like do the demo. And it was, I had like me and my buddy, one guy, and we just worked like dogs, dude, for that month, right? But we flipped that entire place to the start of it in 30 days. Like that's something I like was really happy about. I thought it was going to take us multiple months, but shout out Quentin. A lot of time was spent down there, like, dude, literally like falling asleep and be like, oh shit, I got to go home. Yeah. And then next day, same thing. And now we are where we are now. Like since then, I got an expansion side. So like I was able to open up a hole in a wall when this other place moved out. And then that's where we now turned into the leg room. At first I had it as like the powerlifting room, like squat, bench, deadlift. And then all the gym to the right. But then I had like a kind of this one space next to my turf that was like a super dead area. It was just kind of wide open, right? And got to measure and everything. And just for like, I have a very bad habit of going and buying gym equipment fairly often.
It sounds like it paid off for you in the first time.
Which is a great thing, right? Yeah. So like, I try to keep it very fresh. And like, my goal is at least like once a month, I'm trying to bring something new in. And like, I want everybody to see like, I'm still here like investing into you, right? Yeah. And it's like, it's not going anywhere. Like, I'm here for you. Like, keep showing up for me. Like, I'm putting it back in. And, and now we are where we are, man. Like 2 years, like was able to build something that was just a thought in my head, right? And this year will be year 3, so we're rolling.
Yeah, no, I smile because we're in two completely different fields,
Yeah,
but
it's super similar, man.
super similar. You have this idea. You have probably people that supported, probably had people that were questioning why.
Terrible idea.
Yeah. What do you do? What in the world are you doing? And then it's like, look, this is what I want to do. And
You got to jump.
here we are. Yeah.
I just made a video the other day, man. It's like shoot the ball, right? Like, so this year, somebody's going to they're going to swing you an opportunity. Shoot the ball. Like, if you miss it, it's not, we're talking about basketball, right? We're talking about life. Like, if you miss, if you airball, if you brick it, you're never going to get it if you don't shoot the ball. Like, if I catch the ball and hold it, opportunity's gone.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, when something pops up, man, jump on it. And, like, the only way that you can, like, actually achieve these ambitions and, like, goals you have set out is by showing up and doing it, right? Like, nobody's just going to walk up and be like, hey, Matt, here's this awesome podcast studio for you, man. Like, have fun, man. Hope it works out for you. Like, no, dude, you took the time. Like, you invested all your money and, like, now look at you, dude. Like, this thing's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, same thing. There was one, we had an event we were covering and we had like somebody wanting to shoot a podcast the next day. And I was like, we don't have the set painted yet.
Yeah.
So it was like, we left the event and I was like, all right, well, we got to go paint. Like it was in a suit at the event, capturing it to getting back to this was our old studio, but getting back to the old studio, literally in my undershirt and like hoping I wasn't getting paint on my,
turn this in.
And I was like, gotta sit here. We got to paint this set, hang up some pictures in the morning. It all kind of worked out. But you just it's figuring it out, just making it happen.
Yeah.
And hoping like, okay, am I making the right choice? I've done my research. I know what I want to do. I'm confident in my decision. I think what people need to understand is like when you're doing something like starting a business or even branching out within your own business, because we've been a production company for years, but the podcast studio is the newest portion of what we've been doing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, do your research, right? Maybe be hesitant with the idea, but once you make that decision that you're going to do it, you got to be all in, because if you are questioning it and you're the one that owns it,
who's going to buy it?
Everyone else is going to question it as well.
Yeah.
So
that's a thing too. Like, I talk to a lot of people, right, every day, and it's like, man, I've been thinking about this, but I just don't know, like, if this is the time. And it's like, brother, there's never a time. You know, like, I was scared to death when I opened my gym. I didn't know if anybody would show up. I could have easily opened up and been the only guy there for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it would have been a badass personal workout place.
Yeah, it should have been like a cool spot that I hope I could afford it at the time, right? And like, the biggest thing is like convincing yourself, like, when you know, like, I'm super passionate about this. This is what I want to do. And if you just like literally show up, you're not gonna. It can't fail.
Yeah,
like, you might miss. We might miss some spots, but there's times where I might drop a shirt, right, and people might hate it, and it might sit on the shelf for a year, and then I eventually just give them away to people, like, to get them off my shelf.
Flopped.
But hey, it's a flop, right? Yeah. And then I might post a video or a picture or something that I think is like awesome, and it might get 0 traction. But then I might have a video that I'm like, like whatever. I just need to get some content out there so somebody can see that we're still here. Yeah. And then that one's like, boom, right? And you never know. There's no ready, man. It's just being there and being present and like putting yourself in the face of people. And like, that's the only way you're going to be able to take the jump of whether it's a business or just an idea or you want to grow or share ideas. Like, it's not going to grow in your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely got to get it out there. Let it get fully developed. But then also don't be afraid to pivot.
Yeah, dude.
Right? Don't be afraid to get into something and be like, all right, I'm kind of seeing the writing on the wall. Let me kind of pivot a little bit. Let me do this. Let me kind of restructure that. And then also like that might lead into something else. So your great idea might not be the first one.
That exact one. It's going to be a branch off of that.
To get to the next. And then 4 ideas later that developed off this first one.
Boom.
Now you got your quote unquote moneymaker, right? No, that's awesome. I like this is the reason why we have this show, is because I love hearing stories like, I had this idea and we went with it. Now here we are.
Yeah, dude.
And don't get me wrong, there are stories where people did the same thing or had a similar situation and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
It flopped or it failed, or unfortunately that's just the route it was. But it's like, man, would you have wanted, like, yeah, obviously you wanted to be successful, but at least you got to try it.
You got to attempt it.
experience it. Like
Yeah.
you can say like, yeah, I went this route and it didn't work out for me.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not completely shying away from doing something else.
Well, what I like about most entrepreneurs, right? Like you sit down with people, and I'm sure you probably talk to way more than I do, but like they probably had 10 ideas that they attempted and they all fumbled. But then there's the thing about like these entrepreneurial people is like they one, know how to pivot, or secondly, it's like, well, that one wasn't the best, but like I like this, and they just keep jumping.
Yeah.
And then eventually they find the one, and it's like, oh, I got my stride.
Yeah.
And now it's like, here we go. And they're picking up the steam.
You got to learn as you go, and like you got to just understand like what it is, like, because like even I'll even take it from a photography and videography. We started in weddings.
Yep.
Right. That's what I started in way back in the day. That's what got me in the door.
Yep.
That's what I started. I'll always have that appreciation for the very select few weddings that I did.
Yeah.
But I immediately knew, I was like, I know this is not long term what I want to do.
Yeah.
Right. It's good. It's good money. You know, not even from a money perspective, it was good with being creative, connecting, you know.
And you're making like documenting something like super special for that person.
Exactly.
So like that part of it's probably the most valuable part.
Exactly. But then I was like, well, I do enjoy it, but I kind of like the marketing and the business, because that's what I went to school for, right? Business and marketing. So I was like, I kind of like that a little bit more. So like, I kind of want to like see how I can incorporate this. Yeah. And then bada boom, here's this, you know, marketing, production, photo and video. And right around that time that I'm making this decision, short form content comes into play, social media marketing comes into play, organic content, paid content, right? You've always been able to run ads, but the accessibility of it for smaller businesses today compared to 5, 6, 7 years ago is unheard of. Like, it's very interesting that as a small to medium-sized business, you can run and implement the same plan, scaled down a little bit, as these huge businesses, right? Like, you can have the same branding approach as, I mean, we were just talking about Liquid Death the other day with, I think Artie was sitting down, and they have a whole approach of, hey, we're going to make it look cool. We're going to feed into that, like, hey, it's cool to drink. Like it's just water, right? It's water. That's all they're selling. But they put a good branding to it. They put a good story behind it. They put a good name on it.
And they got like cool little stories on the labels.
Yeah. Like, and it's just like, and like you look at it and you're like, I'm drinking something fancier than water. Like if I had a deer park, it'd be no different.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
funny story. The other day I actually bought a Liquid Death, and the lady's like, can I get your ID? And I'm like,
this morning. She was like, she goes, start the day pretty early, huh? And I was like, you know, this is water, right? She goes, no. And I was like, yeah. She goes,
just scan it.
Like, do you know how many, like, she was like, you know how many people I've won?
Dude.
And I'm like, it's just water, but it looks like a beer.
Yeah,
it looks
I
cool.
messed with her after. I'm like, well, go ahead and grab me a brown bag if you don't mind.
Yeah. Let me just, because I had this one and I have put another one in the fridge. So I was like, I'm gonna be thirsty. So I threw 2 of them on the counter. She's like, start the day early, huh? I was moving and grooving, so I was like, yeah.
At first you're like, what are you talking about?
I was like, what? And then she goes, oh no, those are the Liquid Deaths. And I was like, yeah. She was like,
it's water, dude.
Just water.
Yeah.
So, but again, it's something different,
and something about drinking that water out of a can. I don't know what they figured out, but it's better.
Yeah,
it tastes
it's
good.
like
I like it.
like they always talk about McDonald's has the best Coke.
Yeah,
even though I think everyone said, I think it's because they have their own recipe that's unique to them, and then you combine that with like they're this is how crazy it is. Like they have like the science behind like the straw, right? Details of like the how much you can drink. And it's like a whole.
That's strange.
I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I've been told, right? Sure. But it's like the combination of everything. That's why like the McDonald's Coke tastes way different than normal, and I'm just like, well, I'm not drinking soda anymore, so I don't have to worry about it. But but it's my thing is like the crack of the can, holding the can, like it reminds me of a soda. I don't know. It's my brain kind of fixing that.
Like I like the regular water one too myself, but like the cherry one, dude.
Good.
So addicting to drinking.
Yeah. I've done just the normal water. I've looked at the cherry, but it's like it's a seltzer. Or they have
like the carbonated one.
Yeah.
That part did take me a little bit to get used to, but the guy that does all the like spray painting and stuff, he's like hammering those, and I didn't even know what liquid death was either. So funny story. I'm like, he's drinking like 5-6 these things,
champ.
and I'm like, bro, how many energy drinks do you drink a day? And he's like, I don't know, a couple. Why? And I'm like, well, I've seen you drink like at least 5 of these. Yeah. And he's like, oh, dude, this is water. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And then I went on a big liquid death kick after that for a while. But
yeah, I'm pulling up. I've heard people talk about it. I've seen people drink it. For a while I was like, I'll grab a smart water or whatever. But the other day I was like, let me try it. And it was the motion of like the can cracking, kind of like fits in the cup holder. Like it's just it's also a little bit. I think it's probably about the same. But to me, in my mind, I'm like, it's more water than what I've been than a normal bottle. But no, it's interesting. But it's all about it's kind of going back to that marketing. Like businesses today can kind of take that same mindset of like, we can be creative, we can be unique, and we don't have to go crazy, right? And you can kind of build your brand like as like similar in a style to what these larger brands are doing, but doing it for your small to medium-sized business. And I think that's what kind of the social media marketing's opened up. You can make some really cool stuff with your phone, with obviously with us, but with on your own, that's going to do just as well as these huge like Nike commercials that are like multi-million-dollar projects. They're going to do just as well, if not better, depending on what market you're in. Yeah. So it's awesome.
Yeah. I was going to say something about that damn can.
Kind of looks like a Miller Lite.
Yeah.
I think that's why people, because it's the white can with the gold top and the blue accent. I get it. They're playing, but I didn't realize they had like the little.
Oh yeah, there's like a little quote.
Yeah, I didn't realize I just grabbed it and started drinking it.
Yeah, that's like little motivational stuff sometimes.
That's pretty cool. Cool.
Yeah, I like the ability, like what you're talking about of the marketing is like being able to put your thoughts and ideas, right? Like on a shirt. And like there's no people like these well, luckily what's going on right now, like real trendy stuff is the the Young LAs and all that good stuff where they have like these crazy big gigantic full back designs of just wild stuff, and it has like really nothing pertaining to anything. But then you take that and like I can put Valley Barbell with a big eagle and a 45-pound plate, and like that's the stuff that's like trendy. So like not only are you producing like apparel, right? Like anytime somebody gets a shirt from me, like I try to keep all my stuff like super reasonably priced, right? Like my thing is when I go into town, I think it's awesome if I just see somebody wearing like my shirt, and then they're obviously living their life.
It's like a walking billboard.
So they're like my people are out there like showing off the brand, and then like it's cool stuff. It doesn't just have to be Valley Barbell Gym, like a simple little scripture over their chest or whatever. Like it can be the big eagle or whatever, skulls and flames and just like cool design stuff where you can actually be like show your personality through your apparel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've started dabbling and thinking about apparel ideas. I've always, since day one, I've always wanted to have like a hustle line. But it's one of the, I was like, all right, let me get some of these other things kind of buttoned up and then go from there. Cause like I love apparel. Like I'm also like, I love it, but I'm at the same time, like I kind of keep to like the same, like black t-shirt, neutral tones, nothing crazy.
My whole closet's black. Dude.
Yeah. It's just, it's one of those where, especially cause like when like we're on set, that's like the go-to because especially like at weddings, you never want to wear anything flashy because you always want to kind of fit in and blend in. And then on the production side for like hustle, it's like, it's just what's comfortable, but also can look halfway decent, But we've talked about it. We've had some different ideas, kind of dabbled.
You can do some cool stuff too, like run the cord through the lettering and stuff like that. Even if you guys did it for you guys,
Yeah, that's what we want to do is drop a line that's like we only wear. Yeah. So then people see it and they're like, "Oh, how to get a t-shirt?" I'm like, "No, sorry, you can't."
Yeah, that's just for us.
No, that would be I would do that, have that whole plan. Then somebody's like, "Hey, how do I get a t-shirt?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, here you go.
I'll order you one."
Yeah. Don't worry, I got you. I think that's going to be one of the near future things that
Yeah, man. And it's cool, man. Like, imagine you go to dinner with your wife and kids, and then, like, you just look over and somebody's wearing your brand. Like, it's a really cool feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that'd be really cool. That, and I like the idea of somebody seeing it and it being like a piece of clothing where like people would just wear it
Yeah.
outside
Lifestyle.
of, like lifestyle clothes. And then they go, well, what brand is that? And then it's like,
They got to find you.
it's kind of like almost like back engineering
Yep.
the marketing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how can people find you? Where do we go? I know you talked a little about social media, his website,
Yep. So I got valleybarbellgym.com or bestgyminva.com. Stole that URL. And then social media, we got Instagram, Facebook for the gym pages, and then myself, I'm on the TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Cool. And everything's linked. I'm assuming they can go to the website link. We'll put everything.
Oh, yeah.
I try to put everything down in the description.
Yeah. So actually, if you go on like the Valley Barbell page, link to the website, then online, you can like sign up. There's going to be links to all the different Google reviews from everybody, pictures of the gym, background. Like you could fill out say you were just shopping for a gym, right? You could be on the website. There's a form you could fill out too, like if you wanted training or whatever the question may be. And then like you submit that form, and then we would get that and be able to get back with you.
Yeah.
And then easiest way is always just call, and you're 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get me, and then I'll be able to definitely lead you in the right direction.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the name of the game for us too. It's like
bro.
you're calling my phone right now, and we're gonna switch that eventually.
Yeah, I've been really thinking about like getting a business line and like just leaving the phone there, but like I also it's still my baby, right? So like, I want to talk to everybody.
There's ways you can, so you don't have to have like we can talk off camera.
Okay, cool.
I got some secrets. If you guys want to know, comment phone below. No, just kidding. No, I can hit you. There's ways you can get, so I'm going to have it set up to where it's a main number that they call, leave a message, whatever, but it'll go to my phone if I want it.
Okay.
So, and you can have a little bit more control. You don't have to pay for a separate line. Well, technically you do, but I got you covered. Yeah. We'll talk more about it.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Awesome. I think we're probably going to talk forever, but I got my pre-packed lunch ready to go.
No worries, bro. Yeah.
I appreciate you jumping on.
Yeah,
I think we are probably going to have a part 2.
Yeah, we'll come back, man, for sure.
Everybody, Valley Barbell.
Yeah, guys.
Talk to Chris. Get it going. Get in there. Get motivated.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. I love the story. I kind of can see our stories kind of very similar with kind of how it started, the growth and everything. It's why I enjoy talking with businesses and kind of going, having this show is because like everybody's different. Every business is different, but we kind of get to see like, hey, our path is kind of similar.
Yeah, man.
We're doing different things, but
and you're like organically making connections, which is awesome. Yeah.
No, that's the name of the game is definitely get as many people involved and see, who we can have on here next. Yeah, who knows? But awesome. All right, guys. See you in the next one.
Peace.